Do you know what she really feels after losing you? It's not just regret. It's that silent pain that gnaws from within, that longing she tries to hide, even from herself. In this video, I'm going to show you how she realizes, too late, that she threw away a true love, and why her pain should be a wake-up call for every man who has ever been underestimated. She feels every detail of your absence. The man who supported her through everything, who took care of her on her worst days, who made every simple moment special. And now she realizes what she lost, but there's no turning back. Every thought is like a knife turned against herself. I destroyed the best thing I ever had. What if he finds someone else and never comes back? You will feel, deep down, the weight of this frustration and her silent rage for letting you slip away. Now the emptiness is real, the longing is overwhelming, and every memory of you is a cruel reminder of what she lost. By watching this video, you will discover the most intimate thoughts that gnaw at her mind, the regrets that burn inside, and how she often only realizes the true value of what she had when she can no longer have you by her side.
Before we continue, I need to tell you something. This video only reached you because someone liked it and subscribed to our channel. Now it's your turn to do the same. Leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell so this chain of knowledge keeps growing and reaching more people. Also, comment down below which city you're watching from, because I want to know how far this video is traveling. Now, no more delays, let's get to the good stuff.
First thought, I lost the man who truly loved me. You can't imagine the intensity of what she feels now. Every gesture you made for her, every bit of care you showed, every moment you were there, comes back to haunt her. She realizes, too late, that you were genuinely there, that your love was real, solid, and that she let go of something no one else could ever offer. And while you move on with your life, maybe not even realizing the impact you had, she feels the pain of having lost someone who truly loved her. And it's not just any love. It's the kind that transforms, that provides security, that makes you feel whole. She mentally replays every one of your actions, every silent demonstration of care and attention you offered without expecting anything in return. You supported her. She knew she could count on you in any situation, but now all of that has become a painful memory. She feels angry at herself for being blind to what you really represented. And as you move forward, her pain only intensifies because she realizes she lost someone irreplaceable, someone who truly cared, someone who dedicated himself to making her happy. Now she feels the void you left, and it's eating her up. Your entire presence, your attention, your gestures of love that you offered without a second thought are exactly what she misses. She understands that you weren't just another guy. You were different, and your absence left a space that's impossible to fill. It's a mixture of longing, regret, and frustration that burns inside her, and every time she thinks of you, she feels she made the wrong choice, and that there's no going back. She wonders what it would be like if she could go back in time, if she had valued you more, if she had seen all you did for her while she still could. But you can't change the past, and that's what hurts more than anything else. She realizes she lost the man who truly loved her, who was there during her toughest moments, who supported her and cared about every detail. And now all that remains are memories and the overwhelming regret of having let you go.
If you're tired of watching her play games, ignore you, and do whatever she wants with your feelings, it's time to show who's in charge of the game. It's time to make her chase you and recognize your true value. In the first pinned comment, I've left a step-by-step guide on how to make her pursue you. Plus, you'll level up and become the best version of yourself. Click now.
Second thought, what if I never find someone like him? She feels consumed by a silent fear, that panic of realizing that what she had is not easily found. Every one of your gestures, every word of support, every smile you gave her was rare, unique, impossible to replicate. And now, alone, she realizes that no one else will be able to fill that space you occupied in her life. She starts to imagine the future and feels a chill down her spine. What if there's no other man capable of understanding, valuing, and loving her the way you did? This thought is like a chain that binds her to her own pain, constantly reminding her of what she lost. Every memory of you comes back like a silent blow. You, who were there in her moments of weakness, who listened without judgment, who made her feel safe even when everything around her was falling apart. She remembers the comfort only you could offer, the way you made everything seem simpler, lighter. Now, the void you left is a cruel reminder that she gave up something she may never find again, and this realization consumes her day after day. Regret mixes with anxiety. She wonders if she'll ever meet someone who truly cares, who will do everything for her that you did. The feeling that you were irreplaceable hurts more with every passing minute. She realizes that by breaking up with you, she didn't just lose a man. She lost a benchmark of true love, someone who was not only present, but who genuinely cared about every detail of her life. And while you move on with your life, probably not worrying about what she feels, she is trapped in this cycle of memories and broken expectations. She knows that she will hardly find someone who will make her feel so cared for, so valued, so loved. It's in this thought that her frustration and pain intensify, because she understands that you were unique, and the chance of finding something similar now seems more and more distant, and that burns inside her every moment. Third thought, I destroyed the best thing I ever had. She feels this as if she had stepped on something precious without realizing it. Every one of your gestures, every bit of care, every moment you were there, which for you might have been natural, now shines like a lost treasure. And she realizes, with a pain that can't be measured, that she herself sabotaged her own happiness. It's not just regret, it's the awareness that she let go of something that won't come back, and that no one else will be able to replace what you represented. The frustration is not directed at you, but at herself, for not having recognized the depth of the love she had by her side. She mentally relives every moment you were there, offering support, attention, and love without asking for anything in return. The security you provided, that presence that made her feel invincible, has now become a painful memory. And with each memory, she feels the magnitude of what she lost, realizing that you were more than just a partner. You were someone who transformed her life, and she gave up on that without seeing it. It's her own conscience that hammers relentlessly. I destroyed the best thing I ever had. The guilt grows like an unbearable weight. She finds herself imagining what it would be like if she had acted differently, if she had valued the signs, if she had recognized every one of your gestures while she still could. But time doesn't turn back, and every attempt to justify her own choice only sinks her deeper into frustration. The pain isn't fleeting, it's persistent, because she knows there's no fix for what was lost. And as you move on, she feels trapped by her own decision, facing the cruel reality she herself created. And in the silence of the night, when everything around her disappears, she feels the emptiness and the void you left as if it were an impossible hole to fill. Every memory of you is a cruel reminder of what she had and destroyed. She realizes that you were a rare, genuine person, and that losing you was losing her own chance to be truly happy. It's in this tightening in her chest that regret transforms into an overwhelming feeling. The awareness that you were the best thing she could have had, and now there's no turning back. For thought, what if he finds someone else and never comes back? She feels a tightening in her chest just imagining you in the arms of another woman, someone who maybe won't know how to value what you offer. Every one of your gestures, every bit of care you showed, every moment you made her feel unique, now transforms into a mixture of fear and regret. She realizes she might have lost you forever, and the idea of you moving on without her consumes her silently, burning from within. She starts to imagine details that never crossed her mind before. You smiling at another woman, sharing moments that were once only hers, offering attention and affection that now will belong to someone who doesn't deserve it. Her anger at herself grows, because she was the one who gave up on something real, and now all that's left is the shadow of what you had. This thought makes her feel a mix of frustration and despair that's almost physical, a pain impossible to ignore. Every memory of you resurfaces with intensity. How you supported her on bad days, how you took care of her when no one else showed up, how every one of your gestures had meaning and impact. She realizes that if you find someone else, she might never have the chance to feel that again, and it drives her crazy. The awareness that you can move on without looking back is overwhelming, and the pain of imagining someone else in your place makes the regret even more intense. Deep down, she knows she lost something unique, irreplaceable. The fear that you'll never come back isn't just about you leaving. It's about the brutal understanding that she herself destroyed her own happiness, letting go of someone who truly loved her. And as long as this thought stays in her head, the emptiness and anguish continue to gnaw, reminding her every second of what she lost, and that she may never be able to get it back. Fifth thought: he supported me in everything, and I didn't realize it in time. She feels the lack of your every gesture like an overwhelming weight on her chest. Every piece of advice, every word of encouragement, every silent action you took to help her during difficult times now echoes in her mind with painful clarity. She realizes that you were genuinely there, always ready to support her, and that all that care wasn't valued as it should have been. The awareness that she let go of someone so dedicated and present eats her up inside, creating a mix of regret and frustration that's impossible to ignore. Every situation where you supported her, even without her realizing it at the time, now transforms into a memory that cuts like a blade. She remembers the times you were by her side, offering strength when she couldn't find it within herself, and she feels a silent anger at herself for not having realized how much you meant. The feeling of having lost someone who truly cared is overwhelming, and she feels that no other man will be able to offer that again. Regret mixes with a deep sense of guilt. She questions how she couldn't see the value of your every gesture before it was too late. Every word of yours that comforted her, every act of love you offered without expecting anything in return, now appears as proof of what she lost. The pain isn't just because you left, but because she ignored what was right in front of her eyes, and the awareness of that hurts more than anything else. And in the silence of the night, when all distractions disappear, she feels the impact of your absence. She realizes that you were a rare person, someone who offered security, true love, and attention, and that she won't find another like you. Frustration, longing, and regret mix in a tightening in her chest that constantly reminds her that she lost someone who was completely committed to her, someone who truly loved her. Sixth thought: I remember how he took care of me when I was down. She mentally replays every detail of your presence, every gesture you made when she felt fragile or lost. Every hug, every word of comfort, every action that made her feel safe and loved has now become a painful memory that won't leave her mind. She realizes that no one else has ever treated her that way. No one has ever cared so genuinely, and this makes her feel an immense emptiness, as if she lost not just you, but the very feeling of protection and affection you offered. Every moment you spent by her side on her toughest days comes back to her mind as a silent proof of the love she lost. She feels angry at herself for not having valued every gesture, for not having realized that that daily care was something rare and precious. The memory of how you were there, with no demands, no expectations, just offering genuine support, eats her up inside. Now she understands how much she let go of someone who truly cared, someone who could be her safe haven in any storm. Regret grows with every memory, transforming longing into a painful mix of frustration and guilt. She thinks of every night you comforted her, every moment when your care made a difference, and she feels she lost something she can never replace. It's not just the physical absence that hurts, but the awareness that she won't find another love that is as consistent, as present, and as genuine as yours. And when her mind tries to rest, the image of your care reappears, relentless. Every gesture you made is now a cruel reminder that she threw away someone who was willing to be there in every moment, who loved her in a complete and true way. She feels the depth of the loss, and the pain is intensified because she knows there are no substitutes for someone who truly dedicated himself to making her feel safe, valued, and loved. Seventh thought: I threw away a true love. She feels this like a continuous stab, a reality she can't escape. Every one of your gestures, every word of affection, every moment you were there without expecting anything in return is now a memory that burns in her mind. She realizes that it's not just any love, but something rare, genuine, impossible to replace. And it's this awareness that eats her up inside, because she understands that it was she herself who gave up on something that could have changed her life forever. Every memory of you comes back with vivid details. The way you made her feel special effortlessly, the care you showed when she was vulnerable, the silent support you offered when no one else cared. She feels angry at herself, because now every memory is a cruel reminder of what was lost. The love you offered was complete, and she only realized it when she could no longer count on it. This realization is overwhelming and painful, as if every second spent together had been wasted. Regret pursues her every moment. She thinks of all the times you made an effort to make her happy, the small actions that showed how much you cared, and she feels she didn't know how to recognize the depth of that love while she could. The feeling of emptiness is intense, because she understands that now nothing is left but the memory of a true love that she herself discarded. And in the silence of the night, when everything around her fades away, she feels the weight of the loss like never before. Every one of your gestures, every demonstration of care, every moment you shared surfaces in her mind as irrefutable proof of what she lost. She feels the absence of a love that was real, that was rare, that was unique, and the pain is doubled by the awareness that she herself was responsible for giving up on something that will never come back. A thought. Now I understand that he just wanted to see me happy. She feels the intensity of this realization as if she had been shocked. All your efforts, all the attention and affection you dedicated had no ulterior motives. It was genuine, sincere love, dedicated to making her feel good, whole, safe. And now, after you're gone, she understands that every one of your gestures had a pure purpose that she ignored or underestimated at the time. This awareness hurts because it reveals that she lost someone who truly cared about her happiness, without expecting anything in return. Every memory she holds now transforms into a mix of longing and regret. She remembers you smiling when she smiled, you making an effort to ease her bad days, every detail that made her feel special. Now, she realizes that the love you offered was not common. It was rare, genuine, and completely dedicated to her. Frustration arises because she realizes she wasted something she will never find again, and the pain is almost unbearable. The regret is not just about what you did, but about what she didn't do. She realizes she could have reciprocated, valued, and recognized every one of your gestures while she still could, but she let it slip away. This awareness eats her up inside. You just wanted to see her happy, and she only now understands how much she lost. Every memory becomes a cruel reminder that she didn't know how to see the true love that was in front of her, and that now there's no way to go back. And when her mind tries to distract itself, every one of your gestures reappears, relentless, showing how much she lost. She misses your dedication, your silent care, the way you were always there, prioritizing her happiness above everything else. Now, she understands the value of what she had, and the pain of realizing that you just wanted to see her happy, but she didn't value it, is overwhelming and impossible to ignore. Ninth thought, I miss the way he looked at me. She realizes she'll never feel anything like the way you looked at her. It wasn't just a common look. It was a silent gesture of attention, care, and deep love, capable of making her feel unique in any situation. Now, in the absence of that look, she feels an immense emptiness, as if she lost not just you, but the way someone could make her feel special without having to say a word. Every memory of that look transforms into regret and longing, burning inside with intensity. Every moment you looked at her with affection and understanding comes back to her mind with painful clarity. She misses the silent comfort that came from your eyes, the way you could convey protection and affection with just the intensity of your gaze. And the more she thinks about it, the more she realizes that no one else will be able to make her feel that way, and this leaves her trapped in a feeling of deep frustration. Regret grows because she understands she scorned something simple, yet rare and irreplaceable. It wasn't just attention, it was the silent proof of a true love, of someone who truly cared for her in every detail. Now, this realization hurts, because it shows that she lost something that couldn't be replicated and that she herself allowed to slip away without knowing the impact it would have on her emotional life. And in the silence, when all distractions disappear, she feels the weight of that absence. Every memory of the way you looked at her comes back with force, bringing longing, guilt, and frustration. She realizes that this type of connection is not easily found, that you were unique in that gesture, and that losing it is realizing, in a painful way, the true value she had in her arms. 10th thought, he was the only one who truly loved me. She feels this like a punch to the chest, because she finally realizes that what you offered was never superficial or temporary. Every one of your gestures, every word of support, every silent demonstration of care now appears in her mind with devastating clarity. She understands that you loved her in a complete way, without reservations, without games, and that this type of love is not found everywhere. It's painful to recognize that, while you were genuinely dedicated, she didn't know how to value what she had. She mentally replays every moment you were truly present, every day when your love was the safe haven she didn't even know she needed. Now, in the absence of that feeling, she feels loneliness and the lack of the consistent affection that only you knew how to offer. And the more she thinks, the more she realizes that no one else will be able to love her with the same intensity, patience, and sincerity. This realization increases the frustration and regret she carries, making it clear that what you gave was rare and irreplaceable. Her regret is not just for the loss, but for the awareness that she wasted what was in front of her eyes. She understands now that you weren't just another boyfriend. You were someone who truly cared, someone who dedicated himself to making her a priority, someone who loved in a true and complete way. And realizing this too late transforms every memory of you into a knife that cuts slowly, reminding her of what she lost. And in the silence of her mind, every one of your gestures becomes a cruel reminder. You were the only one who truly loved her, and she won't find another like you. She misses the security, the attention, and the genuine love you offered without reservations. This awareness, mixed with guilt and longing, makes the pain of having lost you unbearable, because she finally understands that what she had was unique, and that now there's no going back. 11th thought, he was always there when I needed him. She feels a mix of longing and guilt as she remembers every moment you were there without hesitation. Every time she stumbled in life, you appeared, offering support, strength, and security, even when no one else cared. Now, looking back, she realizes she lost someone who not only promised to be there, but who truly kept that promise. This absence weighs on her like a constant shadow, reminding her of how negligent she was in recognizing the value of what you did. Every one of your gestures comes back to her mind with vivid details. The nights you comforted her, the words of encouragement during difficult times, the infinite patience to listen to her vent without judgment. She feels angry at herself because she realizes she didn't reciprocate the love and dedication you offered, and now all that's left is the pain of knowing that someone like that doesn't easily appear in life. Your absence makes every memory heavier and crueler, because she understands there was no substitute for your presence. Regret grows with every moment she remembers how you were always there. Every silent help, every gesture of care, every moment you prioritized her well-being now surfaces as proof of what was lost. She understands that what you offered was rare, and that no one else will likely repeat that kind of dedication, and it eats her up inside. And in the silence, when her mind can't escape the memories, she feels the depth of the loss. The awareness that you were always there in a genuine way, and that now she is alone, increases the tightening in her chest. Every memory of you is a reminder that she lost the support, security, and love that only you could offer, and the frustration with her own choice mixes with longing in an unbearable way. 12th thought, I wish I could go back in time. She feels this desire as a constant, almost physical anguish, because she realizes that every decision she made now weighs too heavily on her conscience. She imagines having the chance to redo choices, to value every one of your gestures, to reciprocate the love you offered without reservations. This thought consumes every part of her, because she understands that there's no way to erase the mistakes of the past, and longing mixes with the frustration of knowing she let go of someone unique. Every memory of you comes back like a painful movie. The moments you were present, the words of support, the silent care she didn't even value at the time. She realizes that every second by your side was precious, and that wasting it was the biggest mistake she could have made. The regret is not just for what she lost, but for the awareness that she could have done things differently and chosen to love you as you deserved. Her anger at herself grows with every passing moment. She wonders how she didn't realize it before, how she didn't see the depth of what you offered, how she let ego and the confusion of the moment speak louder than the true love that was in front of her. Every memory transforms into a mix of guilt and pain, reminding her that there is no reset button in life, and that losing you was a direct consequence of her own choices. And in the silence of the night, when everything around her disappears, she finds herself wishing time could go back. Every one of your gestures, every demonstration of care, every moment you made her feel loved becomes a cruel reminder of what was lost. She understands that going back in time is impossible, and that the pain of not having taken advantage of the true love you offered will accompany her, constantly reminding her of the void that was left in its place. 13th thought. Does he still think about me? She finds herself repeating this question like a silent mantra, because every one of your gestures, every word, every detail of what you had still occupies a huge space in her memory. She misses your presence and, at the same time, the weight of having lost someone who truly loved her. The doubt tortures her. Does he remember her, or has he moved on without looking back? This thought gnaws from within, mixing longing, regret, and a silent fear that maybe you'll never care again. She mentally relives every moment you were by her side, caring, supporting, loving without demanding anything. Every memory is a cruel reminder that she wasted something precious, something she may never find again. She feels that she lost not just you, but the security of knowing that someone truly cared, and the idea that you might have already moved on increases the pain. Regret mixes with a silent hope. She wants to believe that, somehow, you still think about her, that you hold some memory of what you had. But at the same time, reality hits hard. She knows she can't control your feelings, and that losing you is a consequence of her own choices. This awareness transforms longing into a continuous pain, because she understands that you may never be a part of her life again. And when night falls, and silence takes over, she gets lost in these thoughts. Every one of your gestures, every bit of care, every word of love you offered becomes an irresistible memory, mixing nostalgia and regret. She wonders if you still think about her, and that unanswered question hurts more than anything else, reminding her that she lost someone who was unique and irreplaceable. 14th thought. He was simple, but he made everything special. She feels the absence of this detail as a void that nothing can fill. Every one of your gestures, even the simplest ones, had a profound effect. A smile, an unexpected message, a small bit of attention, but loaded with meaning. Now, looking back, she realizes that the greatness of what you offered was precisely in its simplicity, and that this type of care and dedication is rare to find. This realization hurts because it shows that she lost something many people search for their entire lives and never find. She remembers how you turned ordinary moments into unique experiences. A simple walk, a coffee on the corner, a conversation at the end of the day, everything gained another meaning when you were present. And now, without you, every detail seems empty, without sparkle, and she understands that the magic you brought to her life is not found in just anyone. Frustration and regret grow because the awareness of the loss is overwhelming. The regret is not just for what she lost, but for the fact that she didn't realize how much you did for her while she could enjoy it. She realizes that she disdained the beauty of someone who knew how to genuinely value every moment, someone who transformed the simple into something special. This kind of realization comes late, and the pain of knowing she won't find someone who does the same naturally is intense and constant. And when night falls, and her mind seeks comfort, every one of your gestures resurfaces with force, the silent attention, the spontaneous care, the simple and true way you made her feel unique. She misses this transformative simplicity, this love that didn't need grand gestures to be immense. It's in this void that regret and longing mix, reminding her that losing someone like that is not just sad, it's devastating. 15th thought. I feel empty without him. She realizes that what you left behind was not just your physical presence, but a feeling of completeness that no one else can offer. Every one of your gestures, every bit of care, every shared moment created a silent security, an emotional foundation that has now crumbled. This emptiness is not just absence. It's the cruel realization that no one else will fill the space you occupied in her life, and it gnaws at her every moment, making every memory of you hurt even more. She remembers the comfort you provided, the way you could calm her fears without needing words, the attention that transformed ordinary days into special moments. Now, without you, she feels lost, unprotected, and incomplete. Every memory reinforces how much she misses you and makes it clear that she will never have something so genuine and deep again, increasing the feeling of loneliness and regret that accompanies her. Regret mixes with anguish and frustration. She realizes that while you were by her side, she didn't give you the proper value, didn't reciprocate the love and dedication she received. This awareness is overwhelming because it reveals that the emptiness she feels is not just from your absence, but from the unique opportunity she herself let slip away, making the longing even more painful. And when silence falls, and her mind finds no distraction, the emptiness becomes almost palpable. Every gesture, every word, every bit of your care returns to her memory, reminding her that the feeling of completeness you offered was irreplaceable. She feels the depth of the loss, the weight of her own choice, and realizes that the space you left will be impossible to fill, making the pain of regret and longing a constant companion. 16th thought, I only realized his value when I lost him. She feels this as a painful truth that hits her hard. Every one of your gestures, every silent bit of care, every moment of attention you offered is now seen in a light she had previously ignored. She realizes that no one else was capable of offering what you did, and that all the love she received went unnoticed until it was too late. Regret consumes her, because she understands she wasted something rare and that no one else will be able to replace it. She mentally relives every moment you were by her side, every demonstration of affection that seemed simple at the time, but now appears as something extraordinary. Your constant support, the unexpected gestures of care, your patience with her insecurities, all of this reveals how valuable you were. Now, she understands that true love has a cost, and she let the best thing she ever had slip away, and that realization is too painful to ignore. Guilt mixes with longing, making every memory of you even more intense. She questions how she failed to see what was right in front of her eyes before, how she allowed your attention, affection, and dedication to be underestimated. This regret grows every day because she realizes that you were unique and that losing you was a mistake with no fix, a space that no one else will fill. And when everything calms down and she finds herself alone with her thoughts, every one of your gestures returns to her mind as proof of what she lost. Every detail, every bit of care, every moment of sincere love transforms into a silent pain, reminding her that only in the void you left did she realize your true value, and that the longing for someone like that is not easily forgotten. 17th thought, now I'm alone with my own choice. She feels the overwhelming weight of reality. No one else to turn to, no one else to hold her hand during difficult times. Every one of your gestures, every bit of care, every word you dedicated to her now transforms into a painful memory, because she herself decided to give up on that love. Frustration and regret mix, and the awareness that it was her own choice that left her alone eats her up deeply. She mentally relives the moments when you were present, offering support, affection, and attention without expecting anything in return. Every memory reinforces the magnitude of the loss and makes her feel the absence of someone who genuinely cared. She understands that no one else will be able to replace you, and that the emptiness she feels is a direct result of the very decisions she made. Regret and guilt intensify because she realizes she could have acted differently, could have valued every one of your gestures while there was still time. But now, every choice that led her to this point seems irreversible, and she feels that the love you offered was lost forever. This realization creates a tightening in her chest that doesn't go away, constantly reminding her of what she herself allowed to leave. And when night falls, bringing silence and introspection, she feels the impact of being alone with her own decisions. Every memory of you returns as proof of what she lost, and the pain of understanding that it was her own choice that left her without you makes the longing even more intense and the frustration almost unbearable. 18th thought, if I had one more chance, I would do everything differently. She feels this thought as a mix of regret and desperation, because the awareness of having lost someone so unique weighs too heavily. Every one of your gestures, every word, Every bit of care you offered without expecting anything in return now appears in her mind with painful clarity. She understands that a second chance would be everything she needed to correct her mistakes, but she knows, deep down, that time doesn't turn back, and that every lost opportunity increases the emptiness she feels. She imagines what it would be like if she could relive the moments you were by her side, if she could value every gesture, reciprocate the affection, and recognize the true love you offered. Every memory becomes a painful lesson. You were a rare person, someone who was truly dedicated, and she wasted that opportunity. This awareness makes her feel a mix of anger at herself and intense longing, because what you offered is not easily found elsewhere. Regret grows with the realization that all the choices she made pushed you away, and that now there's no way to redo anything. She thinks of every wasted moment, every word she didn't say, every gesture she didn't value, and feels the weight of the loss as a constant pain. She knows that a second chance would be the only way to correct the past, but she understands that reality is cruel. What's done is done. And in the silence of the night, when all distractions disappear, every memory of you returns with force. She finds herself imagining what it would be like to have you back, to act differently, to take advantage of every detail that once seemed simple. This fantasy mixes longing, regret, and frustration, reminding her that losing you was a mistake she only understands now, and that the desire to correct the past will never be as intense as the pain of having lost a true love. If this video made a difference for you, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Every video we create here is made with a lot of care, always with the goal of helping you develop and become your best version. We want to share practical and direct tips that truly have a positive impact on your life. So, don't waste time and comment the word gratitude and the phrase "in search of my best version" below. By doing so, the algorithm will show this video to even more men who are seeking growth. Your engagement in the comments is essential for our content to reach those who need these tips most. Additionally, your support with a like and a subscription to the channel strengthens our work and gives us motivation to continue creating valuable content for your journey. The more you interact, the more men will also have access to this kind of information, which only helps our mission of transforming lives. So, thank you for being with us on this journey. Stay tuned for the next videos, because we're always bringing new things to help you evolve. Big hug, and see you in the next video.